Well, again, I think he spoke strong, but he spoke with a lot of passion as a leader to his people. And Julius, I don't think we should allow this debate to even live. Even if we say let's begin something across the board. And I think the Minister of Finance, someone who I admire, someone I like a lot, but to come out and say we do for engineers. Engineers are very important. We love engineers. But let's do for everybody. Let's look at some of the facts, including the facts in the legislature's budget, cut down on some of the facts. We're carrying NSA now to 22 million. And I mean, I'm a student of government. I've been in government for long. NSA cannot be audited. So most of the crumbs, you get chunky there when you come back, national security operation, no auditing. So let's look at it. Let's look at holistic or a little bit transparent. Take some of that fact out, the EPS, and like I said, a new budget line, general government expenditure, over 200 million. First time in the budget.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Just go there and take out that line, Julius. I don't know. I'm sure they.
But are you also concerned that the projects, most of the public sector investment projects are tied to the accelerometer, 200 million and other things?
That's why Julius just said to you that it's contingent on the passage of those instruments.
And this is why Benedict Koluba said it is a legislative coercion too, because
no, I disagree.
If they put the key projects that may affect the counties in that area, then you are almost under pressure to pass the accelerometer due, because if you do not pass it, those projects will not happen.
So yes, they put in the budget 10 million for asset recovery. So they said if the legislature passes it, does it mean we're looking for people to go find that money by force? And like somebody said, this one I listened to your show, somebody said, criminal cases has its own bureaucracy and time free. So if we put 10 million and we expect to recover 10 million on asset recovery, and those cases go through litigation and they exceed the budget year, is there a shortfall of 10 million, or of course if we get money from somewhere else, you can cover that. But so there are things in the budget that we look at. But don't forget, budget is projection. So they are projecting that we can raise this. They're projecting that within this period, we'll be able to sign the accelerometer deal and we'll have 200 million. So they're making projections. Nothing wrong with projections. And I'm not going to, have any disagreement with those projections. But I also disagree that it's not necessarily coercion, because people disagree. And we disagree. And that is why over 200 million is already in contingency. So if the budget is passed, that amount goes into contingency. So even we sign a caveat and say, okay, we hold on to restoring going back to pre-harmonization. And if we can pass on these thresholds, we will go and do it. But Julius, it's just not fair. It's not fair. Somebody might say, why Snowe? Forget the messenger, go kill the messenger, just take the message.
Others say you didn't say it during your friend George.
That was you defeated my friend. So if you think I didn't say it, that my friend was flogged. And that is why, like the Holy Civil Service chairman just now, he said the president now, who was opposition leader, met with them and made a commitment to them that when you elect me, there will be an issue of the past that I will give it to you. So those were some of the things that gave him the votes. So if that chairman who spoke so passionately just now, you think if he went and had one meeting with civil servant, or just go in the chat room, maybe they have a chat room, nationwide chat room, go there and say we've been assured by Deacon Boykai that if he wins the election, harmonization will be restored. You know how many people believe me? I show 80%. Off the top of my head, I can say about 80%. So that votes are going straight to them. But again, I don't want to dwell on the election campaign or the action. I just want to dwell on the bread and butter issue.
Okay, finally, arrest agenda contains A. Are you concerned about, after the agriculture minister went to the legislature and said we need about 40 million every year to be able to be self-sufficient in food production? They also said it on their show, the entire sector gets $13 million out of the 1.2 billion projected budget.
And if I come here now and start telling all of my disagreement on the budget, you have to extend the time. That's why I decided that let me champion this one. I'm into agriculture. I feel that agriculture is lip service. especially for a president whose background is agriculture. I mean, from LPNC to agriculture ministry, I think we should do more. But again, the Ministry of Agriculture have to show more action than just talk. They should practicalize their actions. So I don't see much about them. I see, for example, we got Liberians here that produce eggs. The agriculture ministry, I think they gave UFC or one, sorry, I'm not being racist or anything, but a foreign company money to produce eggs, to get weed or something like that to get eggs in the Liberian market. When they are Liberians, they're producing eggs, bringing in the day-old chicks, bringing eggs, doing this, doing that, blah, 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 blah. The Yvonne Dennis, someone in Birmingham, so there are Liberians in the business. So I think the Ministry of Agriculture has to practicalize their action. Again, maybe somebody will champion the agriculture side. What I want to champion in this budget is to put bread and butter on the table. So because when you open your debate too wide, then everybody start looking for loopholes to go into. Cost me for saying I want civil servant salary, and I'm sure it will cost me. But you can go ahead and cost. Okay. My only thing is I've been in the business for long, so the costing part I used to it. I'm just saying to you, do not pass $1.2 billion budget without restoring pre-harmonization. They said that man is lying. Even he's lying, the color general, the chairman, even he's lying that the competitor didn't call them before the election and say, we are call your money. When you like me, it will be a business, it will be in the past. It's 2 years now. So let's do it. Let's do it this time. Let the legislature, for this time around, let's be remembered for restoring the dignity to our civil, to our workforce. Let's talk about bread and butter issue. That's the bread and butter issue.
His name is Edwin Melvin Snowe, Senator Bowman County, 777.